Hello, my name is Lindsay McLean. I work at West Hills Montessori in Portland, Oregon, and I want to tell you a bit about practical life in the primary classroom. Probably my favorite part of the practical life is the table sequence. It starts with dusting the table. After a child masters dusting a table, they move on to waxing a table. And after they've waxed a table, they move on to washing a table. This work is really important because of sequencing and movement. I can't stress enough how important movement is for young children, and when they are moving their bodies, they're learning more just by doing so. Full body locomotion for a 3-year-old in dusting is really important. And then we incorporate all sorts of language and math into this work. Dusting naturally prepares for reading because we dust left to right, as with waxing and washing. So everything is following our cultural pattern of left to right. And then sequencing is very important in mathematics. You really can't soap the table and get any bubbles unless you've wet the table first. And those types of discoveries are scientific and they're mathematical because it makes you understand that in order for one thing to happen, something else has to happen first. A lot of research has shown that these types of activities are one of the best things in preparing children for language and math. And it just has such a wonderful effect on the children in the classroom. Watching them do this work is so satisfying because I see a part of them coming alive that might not be tapped otherwise. And it's really a wonderful human experience. I think that when you're watching a child do this work and they become fully engaged, the level of concentration that they achieve is really Zen-like. They're not aware of anything else in the room that is happening. They're fully engaged and concentrated on what they're doing. And building that level of concentration is another way that this work really prepares for language and mathematics. The level of independence that this work gives the children is really important as well. Before the work even begins, there's a series of collections that have to go on. First, they must get an apron. Secondly, they need an underlay on the table, depending on what they're doing, or not on the table, on the chair. And then they have to get the pieces off of the shelf and organize them in a certain way. To do all of this independently is a pretty big deal for a 4-year-old. And that feeling of accomplishment is really evident when they are finished and clearly delighted from the inside out.